Now we're recording. Hi, I'm going to talk about Sunday uh, school. Now, just for a minute, go back to think about like if you ever seen Sesame Street and ask that question, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? And I remember people being like, "Oh, that's so confusing." Well, in nature, the mother has to come first, otherwise the child will die. And they always say he put the like Adam over. Anyway, so the chicken came first. Because if you just laid an egg, it would have never been chickens. It, and anyway, so I was wondering how do they give out the same misinformation through Bible study? Intentionally, they're giving them misinformation. Like if you really think about it, and I'm not saying, oh, God is a woman and da 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 da, but what I'm saying is, I ain't never seen no man birth no child. So you have to think about what do you see in nature, what do you see in the real life. But anyway, so they're talking about Cain and Abel. Christmas, like give from your heart. I was like, that's some bullshit. Because to me, it was one brother that was sort of a self-centered, uh, you know, uh, with some family issues, probably being the second born and all, whatever. Uh, but anyway, he was jealous. Once his father praised the other one for not being a selfish child, and so he killed it. And it's supposed to be like, "Thou shalt not kill." That's the sin. Thou shalt not be jealous. That's the sin. His sin was not taking. Back then when they sacrificed one of their animals, because because they lived off the land. There's so much they could do. That animal, like, then it's gone. You know what I'm saying? They use every part, the hoof, every part of the animal to make soap. They use the intestines even to make rope with. They use every part of the animal, right? Ate every part, and it was for the. And they didn't, and you didn't eat that often because they used animals for a lot of other stuff too. I'm gonna feel good since they messed up my high blood pressure pills. I'm gonna. But anyway, so now I understand. So they intentionally, you know what I'm saying? It's like they intentionally. I was like, oh yeah, I'll come back. But the more I think about it, I was like, there's no way I can come back because you know, like this one, like these people they've been serving breakfast all this time to get people in there. But I was like, oh, it's so sad. And there's one lady there, she's going to talk about her granddaughter. Her granddaughter got a present, 6 years old, got a present, and got some clothes and wanted to know why she didn't get such thing. And she goes, "But after the holidays over, I'm going to sit her down and talk to her." I was like, she's 6 years old. She's 6 years old. It's not appropriate for you to, like, go and talk to a 6-year-old 2 or 3 months later about, like, oh, next month later about her action. Yeah, if you're like 16 or 17, yeah, you could probably do that. But really, she goes, well, I can't say nothing because there was other people there. I was like, that's when you say something, you know. That's when you say something, right? Then you're like, because suppose the other people was family, the other people was grandma. All you had to do was say, "Come here." You heard her feeling, or tell the adult. Really, tell the adult. Look. Why don't you make the little girl feel better? You know. But I mean, just cause you buy them a Christmas present, don't mean they have to like it. Just I didn't buy anybody Christmas presents. They don't have any money. That's the thing. They don't have any money, but they have to give all their money. Oh, see if this. It's bad the buses don't run at 3 o'clock. I'm not thinking about going to emergency room. But I can't call the city here. Anyway, so I went back. I went to Tom's. That girl came in there, and she's like, I should kick your ass. Alex, don't do nothing tomorrow. Like, if I had a car or something, trust me, I wouldn't go up to that fucking store. You know what I'm saying? You know, like in this morning, the crack dealer was out there, the one that never gets arrested. You know, the one, all the other ones that have been emulating. And here comes all the crack thing. And I heard him ask one of them talking about she don't be because like they were sitting over there like she don't come over here, and they're like no, she don't come over here. Now they can say because they don't like me, but I don't. But if I came over there with some money, wanted to buy some crack, they'd all be my bestest motherfucking friend. You know what I'm saying? They'll suck the shit out your ass. But anyway, so they were all hanging out over it like the rise of the living damn dead. I still can't get over how that church was like how they misinformed. You know, oh well, I'm a jealous God. Do not take any other God before me. Oh well, you got to go through Jesus. You got to go through his son. So, as being a female and birth this son, really, you're gonna have to if you're gonna use my son to get to me, I think you're some type of con artist or whatever. It ain't gonna work. You ain't getting to me. You know what I'm saying? My son, grown man, living in another state, 10 hours away. If you drive 60 miles an hour, and you do the math, figure out where the hell it is. But anyway, I gotta get out of this state. But this shit's done intentionally. They actually print the misinformation, and then they had two different sayings. They had one to say it's the King James, right? Which the words nobody can pronounce, right? I'm like, I looked at one word, I'm like, I ain't never heard it. And they have another version of it, which is probably closer to like the translation to coming out of Hebrew, whatever. But either way, so they had to read both of them. And they have a bell they ring right in the middle, like what I'm reading. I was like, oh my god. And so I just read real loud over his ring, 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 ring of the bell. It gave me a fucking headache. Oh my god, they just horrible. So anyway, make sure for all the holidays that you be very good and run out and shop and give from your heart. Because that'll mean the most. And when they said, if I don't think you gave it to me from your heart, I don't want it. I was like, bitch, ain't never passed up something free in our whole motherfucking life. And if somebody is told you got to give it from your heart so you can get a blessing from your Jesus, right? And if you is praying to Jesus instead of praying to God, since God already said he is a jealous God, do not worship anybody before me. Do not put anybody before me. If you want, you know what I'm saying, but they got it instead of like, you want to hear from me, you got to come to me, but they got it now to where if you want to get God's blessing, you got to go through his son. Okay. All those females up there, and then right, I was wondering why the stupid pastor was looking at me. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember your name. I'll just call you pastor. Because as soon as they say their name, you know, they swallow. I'm pastor. So I was saying. So you know, I finally found out it's Sanded or something, but like they all whisper that part of their name. Like you know, like my name, I say the whole thing, but there's this shame, this humiliation that they pew out. If you're doing shit that you're ashamed of, man, I suggest you stop doing that shit. You know, and well, like they used to say, there's 12 layers to hell. Somebody got to fill a bitch up. So anyway. So I figured out how the information gets passed on, and they make them study it. Study wrong, study long. But I'm like, oh my god. It's sad.